Nice. We are streaming. See you guys in a minute or two for the start. It was a few nights ago. I had made this one pot Thai. It's like, those one pot things, everything in one pot. Real easy stuff. It's cool. I made this Thai coconut curry turkey soup, and it was so good. I need to revisit it soon.
Soup.
Love.
The coconut milk really adds that good creaminess.
Yeah, the coconut milk was good, but it was also had this particular Thai coconut thing also had a sriracha in it. It was not sriracha, sweet Thai chili. Sorry, it was really good. I mixed it up with a different meal I had made. I had made a burger that had sriracha onions.
Ooh. Burger and curry, decadent.
So if you're watching this stream, I know we're on the starting soon screen. One pot Thai coconut curry turkey soup. There we go. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I would not have said that as pot, but that's not gonna happen.
Well, but that's why you're here tonight, to hear about food.
Welcome to Falcon's Frontier Foodie Corner. Here's your host, Falcon.
Crimes against the light. I've been with Jackie for like 8 years, right? Mm-hmm. I find out last week that she doesn't like what is it called? The stuff that comes with the sushi. Ginger, yeah.
Wasabi?
No, ginger. I find out because I made these firecracker meatballs which have ginger in them. And we're eating them. I'm like, man, these things are banging, and my kids love them too. And I'm seeing that she's like picking them apart. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And I didn't say nothing to her, but after we were done eating, there was still a lot of meatballs on the plate. I was like, oh man, I must have messed up. So I talked to her about it. She's like, I hate ginger. I was like, whoa, holy shit, since when?
Thunder and lightning crackle in the background.
But it's true, she never uses the ginger and sushi, and I be loading my shit with the ginger.
Yeah, it's a versatile ingredient, but I can see why some people don't like it.
It's one of those ingredients that it could overpower if you put too much.
Yeah.
Go strong. Alright, anyways, let's get into, I think we're playing D&D tonight, or are we doing Iron Chef again?
Let's just stick with Iron Chef.
There we go. So I heard Yasa, Cake, Average, you ready to roll?
I also don't like ginger. That's why I was quiet.
You guys.
Hold your tongue.
Who's next? Cake, you don't like ginger either?
I love ginger, actually.
There we go.
3 versus 1. You don't hate democracy, do you?
Oh, but you know what Cake hates? Cannolis.
I hate fucking cannolis.
Anyways. Does anyone want to handle the recap for last week before we jump into tonight? I don't mind doing it if you guys don't want to do the recap. I know there's a lot of politics and talking, so.
I could do it, I think. Does anyone else want to?
No, go for it.
Wait, let me put the stream on where we're at. It's away, yes, and we'll jump into the section.
Alright. So we started last week with the 3 members of the Orbiter Dictum being summoned by mysterious missives. Al-Sahar and Dundelia, waking up in his penthouse suite, went down to the streets only to be passed a mysterious letter. Reading it, it beckoned him to return to Icarus, as there was an urgent matter with the mysterious foe. Slipping away from his many lined-up schedules before his manager could find him, he returned to Icarus at the behest of this mysterious sender. Out on the open seas, Boris was seeing the waves crash upon his hermit crab ship. I believe a seagull delivered him a missive, also sealed with a strange mark. Although burnt, it does not leave the impression of something that was pressed up against it, only the seal. Soon after reading his missive as well, he righted course and informed Eugene to travel back to Icarus. Out and by the Mermaid's Cove, a dryad by the name of Domingo was happily fishing when he fished up a letter. This letter warned him of great danger, and that he and his arcane wheel would need to be returned to Icarus himself too. Not soon after reading his message, however, it burned up in a brilliant green flame. Sensing danger, he retreated quickly to his tree-side abode, wherein he activated his teleportation circle not a moment too soon, as the same flames burst its way into his abode. All of them met outside of Ella the tailor's shop. A high-class tailor shop to some, and many that know in Icarus, secretly a gathering place for powerful and mysterious mages, though their identity won't be revealed here. Ella beckoned them upstairs into a scribe-proof balcony. She let them know about the preliminaries of what they needed to do. She and they were part of the secret order, Orbiter Dictum. They, 21 in number, ruled over the laws of magic in the world here of Elder Earth. Saying that the council will be convening in the evening, and that they have the days to make their affairs in order before meeting with the other present members. They made their way down to an eatery to kill the time before making their way to the academy. Being ushered in, and under all secrecy, even from the guards, they met with 5 members from the ruling Council of Icarus, the most known powerful members of the academy. However, in truth, they are only the bottom rung of the secret order of Orbiter Dictum, maybe a bit above that. After convening with Counselor Snarble, Counselor Director, Counselor Quinrus, Counselor Illidan, and Counselor Bankar, and exchanging pleasantries, knowing that one of them, of these 5 tonight, would be promoted to one of the seats, now missing, as many of their other Orbiter Dictum members have been dispatched by the owner of that mysterious green flame that came chasing after Domingo. Not soon after, they are ushered into the secret meeting room by one of their fellow members, Frillian. Coming to an accord, the matter of business was none other than that a fallen member, Elsbeth, has gone rogue, seeking to tamper with the source of all magic within Elder Earth, the Arcane Wheel. Domingo, owner of a fragment replica of the Arcane Wheel and number 10 of the Order, the Wheel of Fortune, was tasked with assisting and dispatching with Elsbeth and her nefarious goals. There was much to argue, many opinions as varied as the remaining members themselves, each named after a member of the Chariot, voiced their own thoughts of how they must deal with this threat. Eventually, it came to be that Boris, the owner of the Hermit, also named aka Eugene, Al-Sahar, seat number 8 of strength, and Domingo number 10 himself, would be dispatched to this misty seas, close to where Atlantis has risen, as there's rumors of Elsbeth's activity. After which, they voted upon a member to replace the empty seat. Snarbo was chosen as a candidate for number 7, the Chariot. Parting pleasantries with the remaining members, their business adjourned, their task and mission apparent. The three members of the Order Dictum, 8, 9, and 10, made their way out into the seas in search of their quarry.
Thank you very much. Give me a D2 plus 1. It's an excellent recap.
Oh, plus 1. Whoops.
Well, 2, that's all you gotta do. You have 2 Inspirados. I'm sure you'll put it to good use. In any case, yes, we are out on the sea, but our adventure does not start with us, though it will follow us soon. Our adventure is back at the city. Some dilemmas have, well, come to light. While you all are on your way to the ship and getting ready to dock, a message is called out to each of you during your rings that Icarus is under a great deal of stress, to put it politely. But on the orders of the leaders of the order, Finric and Mother Nature, you were told that your task must still be carried out. So as you would surely leave Icarus, another one of us has a problem to solve. Which takes me to our next scene. So, as you guys are in your boat sailing, being wizard pirates or something like that, somewhere else above the city, a massive machine from the old days of Metal Rain has displayed itself. How it got there, where it came from, few could tell you. Even the Order is baffled by its sudden appearance. But alas, the leaders of the table immediately take effect and charge it. Finric hasting a massive dragon, and Pharrellin putting abjuration wards on the queen of the world itself, Mother Nature, as she flies into the sky to meet the creature in battle. Sakura takes to the squad on the back of Vern, her trusted dragon. As he flies, this massive creature begins to speak out as it launches missiles. You will not stop my progression. Metal will reign upon this world once more. My people will return in full force. I'm just the beginning. But Sakura, being the master of the world she is, easily dodges the missiles, and the ones that do connect barely phase her. The abjuration wards of Pharrellin holding true. Just another day in the life of the Order. Managing impossible odds, she shoots through the sky towards the Peacekeeper, truly known as the Destroyer. As it releases powerful proton beams her way, she lifts up Solaris Scepter, and light begins to spill into the heavens. An explosion takes place, but as the smoke clears up, dozens of portals, whirlpools of gust and wind open, and an army of wyverns take to the sky. Two of them very noticeable to the court, being one is Bakara and the other is Columbi. And finally, her trusted Vern. We're talking probably a few hundred wyverns, but the Peacekeeper does not back down. Its destructive gaze and explosive force begins annihilating the ranks. Sakura is left with little choice as she flies towards the creature. But that, my friends, is a battle for another time and another place. And I'll be excited to explore when that narrative is met. Now, you guys on the open seas. Ooh. Fun. Oh, get out here, octopus. With that said, as you guys do arrive on the open seas, you've been sailing for a few hours now. What happened in the city? Well, you saw a big flash of light, but you were told that your mission is important and that the majority of the members are handling the Icarus affairs. So the floor is yours, players. Boris, why don't we start with you? It is your hermit house or whatever. What kind of amenities do you have in it? You would have whatever you want, which in your home essentially. Kind of give us a mind of what's in this place.
Sure, yeah. So essentially, inside, there's like various corners, and each like corner has like its own like designation. It appears like there's like an area with like it's mainly like books and like writing utensils. It was almost like an area for like a study, like a makeshift study. And then there's like just pots and pans on one side there, as like a makeshift kitchen. And then it's then another. You would go into another like kind of room off to the side there, which has like the four bedrooms, or rather the 4 beds in the room. And then you would see another one which has like a stockpile of like different weapons of like various like places and maybe times as you like look around and like poke, just like grab the different weapons and like take a look at them.
Excellent. And would you have invited these two into your home before, or is this a new experience for them based on what they'll RP about?
This would be the first time.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so it's you guys' first time in this large mobile lobster crab thing hermit. In any case, you knew he had it, but this is your first time inside it.
Do not touch anything.
Oh, yes, of course not. Also, Haru's about to reach out for something, and then he quickly puts his hand behind him. His expression is jovial, but you can tell that perhaps the missive bothered him just a bit.
Or is there a place where it could be our own rooms?
He kind of walks over to one of the rooms and he opens the door. You see like a room with like the 4 beds in it. Just like a basic kind of bedroom with like maybe some drawers. Oh, maybe like a chest next to each bed, and like a light.
This will be great, thank you.
Yes, very good takes. I can see why you want to hole up in here so much. Open sea, soft beds, no managers bugging you about title matches. Good stuff.
He kind of like raises his eyebrow at that last part.
Oh, it's a trifling matter. I'll deal with it later.
Domingo will kind of go over onto the floor and he'll start to pull out some supplies. Like there's some incense and I think it's charcoal and all these different things here. Yeah, charcoal, incense, and herbs. And he kind of puts it all in a circle and then brings out this paper and starts folding it and using the charcoal to write little sigils on it. And he will cast Find Familiar, and it turns into this little like a octopus, but it looks like an origami octopus with a bunch of different writing magical symbols all over it.
That's not the octopus.
Is this your familiar?
Yes, this is cotton. This is not the preferred form, but I think it'll be just fine.
Ah, very cute. I've never had the patience for that myself, but if I know anything about wizards, they sure love their paper. He kind of leans over and kind of holds out a finger for Khan to grab onto. Does he oblige?
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's not slimy and sticky like a regular octopus. It's pretty dry.
You sure he'll be okay in the water?
No, I don't know for sure, but I suspect we'll find out soon enough.
Hang in there, buddy. He gives Colin a little tap on the head before standing up and scanning the rooms once more.
Boris, as you guys are all in your home, you see the large mandibles or whiskers or whatever your characters perceive them to be on the hermit begin to flicker onto one of the windows, just kind of grating it gently. That usually tells you that there's something of attention or note, Boris. Otherwise, he won't bother you ever.
He'll like go to the window at the top and look down. What is it?
Having journeyed with this creature for many, many years now, you can almost speak to it. And as you listen to its knocking of its mouth and blowing bubbles, it tells you that something's in the water, but it's not sure what. Or something along those lines. It could have also meant there's a puddle and I want to jump.
Hmm.
But that's unlikely. There'd be a puddle in the ocean.
He'll go out. He'll leave the room, and then go out of the one of the doors, basically get as low as he can. Maybe even get like onto Eugene himself and like look further down into the water.
Sure. Well, when you come out the door, the sun beats down on you and the clouds separate. The sky is clearer than usual, as though the clouds were blown away. In any case, as you look into the distance outside of fresh airs and seagulls and other stuff that you're accustomed to having traveled on this hermit, perhaps even living here permanently, who knows? In any case, when you do look out into the distance, there's nothing an immediate threat. But you see, eventually, a shadow looming in the water, skirting around. However, for better or for worse, it takes off really fast. 100, 200 feet in the direction you're going. Maybe a spy, maybe a whale you startled, who knows?
He says it's going in the direction that we're going right now.
Yeah, where you guys are investigating the threat. Of course, it's also the opposite of Eugene's facing. So if something were to come at you head on, see the thing and go the opposite way, it could also be a normal reaction.
Keep an eye out, and then he'll go back inside to the room.
As soon as you come back to the room, you see Elsahar about to open something before he quickly straightens up and casually plays it off. What was that? Did Eugene not sense that another cephalopod? No, I guess he's a mollusk. He just trails off into thought.
Something was in the water. Something big. And as soon as it was discovered, it left in the direction that we are now going.
What are your theories of what it could be?
I fear our exploits may have already been discovered.
It is a being of the sea. You sure Eugene didn't try and take a mid-journey snack?
Perhaps. But it is notable.
We'll be on the lookout then.
In any case, and then he'll leave for a moment to come back, and he'll have like 2 bottles in his hands. Do either of you partake?
Absolutely. I won't even ask what it is. You could serve me anything.
That's concerning. And then he'll hand you the whole bottle, which is probably like the size of like your torso.
He catches
big
it.
Bottles.
He stumbles backwards a tiny bit, then he holds it up. Yes, fine vintage. He says, squinting at it. He probably doesn't have it turned the right way. Probably not in language he can read. Yes, fine year. Well, shall we, gents? Just a little, not quite a nightcap looking at the sun. What do they call it when it's the middle of the day? There has to be a word for this that makes it sound less awful than just taking a drink in the middle of shift.
I think it's just called day drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we go outside next to the ocean.
Absolutely. Oh man, there is just so much water everywhere. I've never seen so much in one place. To think, in the desert, Dundelia, blood is spilled faster than water. But here, one could never want for any. Well, I suppose it's all poisonous, but still, quite a sight to behold. No matter how many times I gaze upon it, I find myself enraptured.
It is quite
Just to make sure you don't fall in.
Oh, I'm sure. If I fall in, I'm pretty sure Eugene wouldn't even notice the difference. I'll be good.
Just out of curiosity, you can swim, right, Elsahar?
Me? Oh, no, absolutely not. But I can... But that's what magic's for.
stay here. And he leaves for a moment. Then he comes back and he has like it's basically a floaty. It's like a dinghy. It's like just like a donut shape. Here, and he like slides it like over you.
He holds up his hand as it goes around him. Ah, an interesting contraption. He kind of pokes at it. Oh, wonder what the mind thought when they made one of these. Oh yes, it'll come in great handy. Although I think magic. Oh no, actually, I don't even have to use magic to begin with. Ah, very clever.
Then he'll leave out, and I guess we'll just all go outside to the vast open oceans.
He looks over to Domingo. What do you think I should call him? Think I'm calling him the SS. Any Jew. You think that's too close? That's too on the nose?
SS Inijo?
Any goo.
Oh. No, it sounds fitting enough for the flotation device.
Very well. SS Enigu it is. My trusty steed, into battle and elsewhere. And he reconvenes with Boris, deck side.
So, one thing you guys should consider is in the world of, of the Earth, it's rare for casters to venture the water. Certainly a unique prospect that Boris brings to the table. Because anything above a cantrip runs the risk of wild magic. That is why these seas are dangerous. You are all wild magic sorcerers while you are on the waters. Now, of course, you don't have their features and stuff, but what I mean by that is whenever you roll a leveled spell, I need you to give me a d20 to see if something crazy happens. On a natural 1, of course. But I'm sure you'll all be fine. But you should also know that we use the 10,000 chart. It's fun.
Is that the same thing for like even a ritual?
Anything. If it's more than a cantrip, then absolutely.
Here's the find familiar.
Oh.
There we go. I was thinking about the familiar too. I was like, did the character knowing that cast it and then board the ship is what I was wondering. But now we know.
Yeah.
In any case, yes, there is a 10,000 list magic items thing that we are using for that, which is a ridiculous number, but hey, I'm here for it. All right, so as you guys are traveling on the seas, each of you give me a survival check. Boris, you can do so with advantage to help navigate to the correct place.
Ah, can you smell it? The salt air, the sea, the incredible fluctuation of magic.
Smell magic.
Well, I don't smell magic itself, but I can definitely feel like if I tried magic here, something might go terribly wrong. Or right.
Yes, I haven't been out this far into the sea before, and this might get very dangerous very quickly.
Each of you are worth 12, 24, 36. Did we hit that number? 26, 29. We did not hit that number. Excellent. Yeah, Boris.
What's with the roll, guys?
Yeah, he
on accident.
What's your roll?
You don't want to know.
You guys got, I'll just say the total's 29, so. And he had advantage. All right. All right, so as you guys are traveling through the oceans, the misty waves, probably about, I'd say maybe 6 hours, because traveling over the sea is we're going to be dealing with long hours instead of minutes and seconds. About 6 hours later, you haven't seen that creature. But of course, that changes. That's why we're here. Let's go ahead and put you in a really shitty position, shall we? So as you all are traveling on the waters, eventually you arrive close to your destination, and a creature immediately assails you. This creature looks like an octopus. I'm sure it's not going to be a problem for skilled casters. But anyways, give me a nature check. Maybe it's something more than that.
Nature.
Nature, okay.
Let's see. Ooh.
Ashahar, you've read about these in the desert. It's interesting to read about stuff that can never be found in the desert, apparently. This is a juvenile kraken. It is not an octopus, and many would mistake it, and those people are no longer with us. However, it's very close, and you doubt Eugene can outrun it, so unless you have an alternative solution, I'd say get ready for a fight. Here you guys are. You see it poke its head out of the water, look at you all. It looks innocent enough, actually, even though it's really big. But it immediately opens its mouth, you assume, under those tentacles, and a black, dark abyss begins to spin. What scares you the most is that it has an arcane sigil on its forehead. A wheel. Looks like an arcane wheel. It's just a tattoo, so maybe it's a birthmark, who knows?
The errors of youth. I almost once got a tattoo, you know? Waxy was kind of forced upon me. I got rid of it. Looks like this juvenile kraken, though, has quite a different nature of tattoo. 10. 9. Do you see that upon its head? Does it not remind you of something?
Combat, let's roll initiative.
There's nothing in it. It's just dripping alcohol.
Elsbeth will pay dearly for this too. But news is news. We should contact the council. And he begins to look at his ring.
After dispelling the sigil on him, would I have an understanding of what that was and how possible it probably is for her to do that to bigger and stronger baddies?
Yes, you do know it's a forbidden curse, a magic not to be dwelled in. It's expensive, however, encapsulating souls of creatures of similar strength. Now, not individually. For example, if you wanted to power a lion, you'd probably need to kill 5 humans. As long as the combined equals the strength of the creature, it's doable. But all she needs to do is kill people. You think for the juvenile kraken, she might have even just had to take out a single order member to inscribe it onto its flesh.
She was controlling the kraken by using the lives of others. This is the type of forbidden magic that we've been warning the council about.
A dark curse for a dark soul.
So it's a more wretched sorcery.
Exactly.
Hey, don't look to us
Fine.
sorcerers about this.
It's
I
more of
mean
just
no ill on your ilk.
It's more of the crimes against magic that I'm concerned with.
When you say concerned, it begins to snow. Extraordinarily odd, some would say impossible, for both the time of the year and the region that you're in. The clouds darken, and in the distance you can see masses of floating snow and ice. Glaciers. There's no way it's possible that on a summer day that not only is it snowing, but that there's glaciers and land in the distance, bits and pieces coming your way.
Would Boris know if that's like possible for as far as like this like chaotic like magical sea in Elder Earth, or
I would say
is it even like much for that?
without needing a check, since you are on the seas frequently, it is actually possible, which is a great point to bring up. But you think that there's usually a sign that it's not so instantaneous.
And is the ice only forming in the direction that we're going?
Yes, it's in the direction that you're going, and in the distance as you come up onto the first land, or maybe it's coming up onto you, who knows, you could see several creatures. They're all looking at you with very curious faces. But none of them appear to be aggressive. You can tell that these creatures are polar bears.
Not content with bending the wills of creatures to her will, is she also bending the will of nature itself? The high priestess won't be happy.
Maybe they're just lost.
Let's see. If it's within the hour, I still have tongues. It's not concentration. So he goes overboard. Ahoy there! Do they speak a language?
They do not. Only speak with animals would work. Tongues wouldn't function on creatures that can't speak.
All tongue-tied. Sorry, I can't be of help here. Now, if you mind me, I've had now experience with the ocean, and now this strange white substance coming from the sky. Snow, I believe you called it. It's very unsettling for a desert dweller like me. Do you have anything warmer, Boris?
No.
I suppose me and USS Enigu will have to deal. He pats the inner lining tube. I'm assuming there's like a duck face on it somewhere, or...
Sure. If you squeeze it, just goes. Wah! That the weirdest like quack, like whack.
Yes, I agree, Inigo.
Boris, you said this is unusual, correct?
For it to be this instantaneous, yes.
Does anything feel magical about this, or does it really just feel like maybe there was like a storm that blew in?
No, I mean it felt sudden, but it didn't just like materialize out of nowhere. The snow slowly fell, and the closer you got towards this destination, the thicker it got. So it had a natural buildup, but it still shouldn't be here. Usually, when the chaotic weather occurs in the region from these magical chaos itself, it's very, very noticeable. A spark of lightning might spew into the ocean and cause it to have whirlpools. The clouds get all kinds of strange colors and then start spitting out fire and acid. And all things considered, even though it's odd, you may be grateful that it's not more aggressive. But it's certainly someone is controlling this weather.
Stay vigilant. Eugene, forward.
All right, he moves forward. You can move him as much as you like. As you're traveling forward, you see maybe once the water right here. I'll say I'm not sure if it's really dark for you guys. It looks like
It's like
there's
kind of lighter there.
yeah, it looks like there's like a land mask underneath the water, but it's probably nothing. You can probably ignore it.
I'll summon Cotton onto my shoulder and toss him in the water. Say, have a look, my dear friend.
And Cotton dives into the water. I'm assuming going to assume its vision.
Yes, please.
As you assume its vision and it dives ever deeper into the water, eventually it would find an entire structure. Pillars spewing out of the ground. Some type of beautiful, almost addicting to look at, space-like thing. Like it's what you see when you stare at the night sky, just swirling in the center of these pillars. You do know that this area is within a pocket of a air bubble, so you only have to swim about maybe 200-300 feet.
There's some sort of air bubble down there. I'll snap back into my eyes, and I'll tell Cotton to come back up. There's something right beneath us.
Something.
Yeah, something very alluring, starry space-like. Maybe whatever's controlling the weather is doing this. Did those polar bears all just move to the center there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're just jumping in the water and they just start swimming. Not aggressively, they're like super casual. They're just looking at you, slowly swimming towards you.
I'll just kind of yell out to them. We mean you no harm, friends.
This one just lays up against the iceberg or landmask and just looks at you. They all gather around him. Again, they don't seem aggressive. Your time speaking with beasts and plants, you have a good idea of their demeanor. Their demeanor low. It is unusual for them to be here, but when it started snowing, they might have naturally moved here, or something happened to their lands. In any case, what are the rest of you going to do?
Should we go around whatever the structure is, or is it too much space?
Well, considering it's this strange magical phenomenon, and it's a direction that we're headed, perhaps warrants further study.
Is it possible for Inigo to take us down there?
Eugene.
Eugene, sorry.
I was like, what? The floaty? That's like the opposite of what it does.
Perhaps one day. Isn't that right, Inigo? Quack.
That's right.
I actually don't know if can Eugene like doing like any kind of diving? Like, can you like board up the windows and stuff?
Yeah, on the item it says that non-magical water won't go in once if you close the windows and stuff like that.
So it is possible. Oh, Boris says it is possible.
Love.
The air bubble is about 200 feet down. That's a long time to hold the breath for unaccomplished swimmers like myself and Al-Sahar.
How far is the structure from the surface of the water?
It's 200 feet, right?
Yeah, about maybe 250.
About 250 feet.
Do we think this worth our time?
Well, where flesh will fail, magic will sustain. It is a very strange phenomenon. It could be unrelated, but my bet is it's not. And I feel
Al-Sahar has
they
great
trade-
instincts.
Oh, none taken.
Inside.
Don't gotta tell me twice. And he hurries inside out of this freezing cold water flake thing that comes down from the sky.
We'll go inside, and then all of a sudden you'll just hear and see all the windows and the doors just everything just closes up, and then you just see it gets like really dark once everything closes. Then small like candle lights like around the house start to light up.
Excellent. As Eugene dives under, splashing and going downwards, you notice that the inside of the facility gets exceedingly cold, but it doesn't seem to bother Eugene. You think that his size is what's protecting him. You think the amount of heat his body produces is keeping him safe from the cold waters. It also didn't seem to bother the familiar, but it is designed to take out people like yourselves for whatever reason. When he dives about 150 feet below the surface, it gets so cold, in fact, that I need you guys to give me Constitution saving throw.
Ooh-wee.
But Eugene is again safe because he's so big.
Gotcha.
A few of you are a little excited. None of you made the save, of course, but a few of you are a little excited. You're excited because you're only taking 5 cold damage versus nothing if you had succeeded. But a thought comes to mind. Without Eugene and how dangerous it was, you'd imagine every 60 feet probably would have been about 15 cold damage. But Eugene swims through it almost unfazed. He's enjoying it even. As he gets to the bottom, the windows kind of gloss over with kind of the frosty look. But it keeps you safe. None of the water gets in. None of the full force of the magical coldness gets in. And eventually Eugene reaches the foundation and emerges. The windows immediately spit open, trying to get you guys fresh air as it knows that what you have now is dangerous. And you guys make it to the foundation in one piece. And you also make it to 5-minute break. Yes, sir.
Oh,
5 minutes. We did it. We found the lost continent of Lemuria. Atlantis is gonna be so jealous. I'll be right back.
yeah.
I can't really tell, but are you guys like super injured at all after those hits?
I'm like half.
I'm
Oh,
a bit hurt, but not super injured.
okay.
I'm gonna go quickly get some water. I'll be right back.
Yo, I'm doing the opposite.
we'll say as we came down, I know we're on a break, but I'll say that as we were coming down, Domingo put his hand on Boris's shoulder, and I cast Cure Wounds. At level, I hate healing. Level 2. You get 17.
I have returned. Oh, you healed me. Thank you.
Back 2 and start up in 60 seconds. Or continue, I suppose, in 60 seconds. Good job on the juvenile Kraken. I thought you guys were just gonna fight the thing, and it's pretty strong.
Shit, I was.
Yeah, that was all Yacer there, I think.
When you said language Kraken, like, I gotta get in on this.
I did a good job.
And it was you that dispelled it. I don't have dispel magic, so I'm sure that'll come to bite me later. But yeah, I don't have dispel.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are a perfect team. We've got Boris, who's providing the ability to traverse this without difficulty. And then we got Al Shahar that figured out the situation with communicating with it. And then Domingo, who then removes it. So all three of you are doing crucial roles, which I didn't really intend for. You guys are all equally providing something to the narrative.
Perfectly
How did
done.
we do that?
No, I'm just- All right, but it sounds like we're all here. Are we good to continue? You guys need another minute or two? We said.
I think we're good.
Yeah, good.
Sweet, sweet. So when you guys do rise out of the water and eventually settle off of Eugene, or at least on top of Eugene, you can see the facility. Clearly extremely active, but no one's here currently. But everything's very recent, including paperwork and stuff. And I'll move you guys in now. Those pillars and the beautiful space exotic center here, as well as metal cases with some papers lingering on top. The tubes, by the way, are not just regular pillars. On closer inspection, they're slightly transparent, and they appear to go to different levels, going both up and down through the structure. There's also 2 entrances that don't seem natural, so they must have burrowed through it, here and here. I suppose I should have started by, you guys do see the map, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
That floor is yours.
Exceedingly curious. I don't think I know of a race that would build such a facility. Would I be able to roll history to see if does like the architecture match the same that found in Atlantis, or obviously I haven't been
Yes.
to either, but
Sure, you can do history though.
right, let's see. Oh, it's not gonna end well. Oh, never mind.
Fuck yeah.
Whoa.
Ended well enough. It does match Atlantis, but it's not one for one. It seems to be influenced by Atlantis, but also the touch of another creature. Not anything you're familiar with.
It's similar enough, but it's almost as if it's a divergent evolution from Atlantis. They share maybe an origin, but there's another influence here. This place looks ancient.
Do we think it's safe to go down?
Only one way to find out, right?
Eugene agrees.
Very well. And then like the boardwalk will kind of like slide out from the front of the house to the shore. And Boris will step down first.
When you step onto the ground, Boris, the floor is oddly warm despite being surrounded by icy waters that are not normal to the region. It's almost as if the entire support of the icy water is making the land traversable at all. Otherwise, the floor would be enough to burn you, but now it's just warm.
And is like the general like atmosphere like warmer? It's like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the ground?
It almost feels like you're standing on like a volcanic dirt kind of ashen floor, and it has remnants of the heat, despite the scenery looking anything but that.
Ah, sweet ground. Ah, nice and pleasant to the touch too. He runs his fingers along it, and you see the sand begin to rise and start to form as if magnetized around El Sahar. Ah, just right. Snug.
And
That is a fantastic trick.
Boris will like almost like reach up into the air and snap his finger. And then you'll watch Eugene just like shrink to the size of like a normal like hermit crab, like scuttle onto the shore. And then Boris will just pick him up, put him on his shoulder. What next?
Well, those documents look interesting. Maybe they're of interest to the council as well.
Probably don't want to wait 11 minutes. So Domingo will
trace a different kind of a. Oh, I'm sorry. He'll pull out a piece of paper that has some markings on it, and he'll rip it up. And as he rips it up, I'll cast detect magic.
A few things concern you. The entire facility is magical, which makes it a little hard to detect more subtle things. The entire thing is like looking at a rainbow now. Everything is glaring with magical order. There's no particular school of magic on the rock itself, but you think that more direct stuff will have schools.
Base is very illuminated now. Be careful of what you touch.
You do see that even the pool in the center is magical. This one's a bit more specific, however. It appears to be some type of school of enchantment, which means that it could just be empowered. Maybe it is normal water, but it's enchanted water, but who knows?
Well, while Domingo will kind of kneel down next to it. Is it like a pool?
Yeah, at first it kind of looks like a solid surface with a beautiful design on it, but subtle kind of movements in it. You can tell it's a pool. A puddle in the ocean.
Careful, Dryad.
Did you figure out exactly what this does? Is there any way I could figure out like what it is or what it does without having to touch it?
And just inspecting it and it being so foreign and unique, I would let you do an Arcana check, but you'd have disadvantage without physically touching it.
Maybe, Boris. Maybe we should examine what's in this room before I touch this thing.
Yeah, maybe the documents have something on it.
The papers.
There's one thing, Domingo, that I can, however, give you. Just inspecting it in the nature you are inspecting it, while not gathering enough information just yet, you do see the same arcane wheel dwelling probably about 10 feet under its surface. You're not sure if that's the floor, if it's a floating sigil, but if there was any doubt that this facility is related to Elsbeth, there's no more anymore.
Oh. I just see the arcane wheel at a few feet down the water here, but this also is glowing of enchantment at the same time.
The last wheel was a curse made to bind someone to cruel taskmaster. Could one bind even water itself in such a fashion? And these tubes, they all lead to different places. A hub of some sort?
All right, Boris, I see you're up to that crate to the north. Are you inspecting it?
I'm actually taking the papers like Easter said. I'll take this first paper there from the box.
You look at it and it's written in common, luckily enough. When you read over it, it's a single page of what you'd imagine lends to a 400 or 500 page book, because it's not too informative. In fact, it's very random. But when you look it over, some things that catch your eyes, it details of a Mouther. This page doesn't specify what Mouther, but you do know that when it comes to the mouth that feeds, being only casters, it'd be very dangerous to engage a Mouther.
This speaks of a Mouther.
And there's literally no other information on it. It just speaks something along the lines like, it lurks in the mouth that feeds, upon one of its lowest depths, among floors uncountable. The core is near it. Core must be found. The Mouther knows all. So it's literally just speaks off a mouth, but never specifies what. And it goes on and on for similar stuff that's not direct enough without all the other pages.
I'll take the other pages.
You look through them, and there's 2 more pages here. But if I open up these briefcases, there's just not enough information to go off of.
Gotcha. I'll hand the papers to Al Sahar, then I'll head on back to the boxes there to open them.
Excellent. And Domingo, are you actually busting open this box too? Are you busting open the north one?
Yeah.
So the 2 of you are getting into the boxes and looking around.
But before I do with my detect magic up, is anything like yelling at me in this area?
No, but you know it's a metal box, so if there's something magical inside, such as a trap or an explosion, it is being blocked. But it also might not have anything in it.
Got it. Okay.
It is definitely far more than 1 inch of common metal. So with that, do you still spring it open, or are you a bit more cautious?
For sure.
Sweet.
I guess I would look for. I guess I could. Could I look for traps on this thing?
Sure, you can give me an investigation.
17.
You don't think it's trapped, at least it's not apparent.
Okay, cool.
And now, Shahar, you begin to speak. What were you going to say?
No, he began reading the papers that Boris passed over to him. He thanks him with a curt nod, and then he lifts up his ring finger to his face as he peruses the notes with his other. He will use his ring to cast sending upon to report their findings. Of course, he can only use it once a day. Oh, it's not written down there, but they can use their rings to use sending once a day, I believe.
Oh, it's just at will. You can send as much as you want.
Okay.
But
Strength
you
8 reporting.
You report to the Obiter Dictum, and you get, unfortunately, the only person that responds to you is Morgan. Yeah. We're kind of dealing with something over here. Oh, I should have known this was going to happen. I should have known. I thought it happened already. Oh, but it's happening now. Stay focused on your mission. Number 8. Our hands are tied. You're our last hope.
Understood. 11. We'll do what we said to come out and come back to report the debrief. 8 out.
11. What did that swine have to say?
Their hands are tied. Apparently whatever's going on the surface has all their attention. That metal rain, or that remnant of the metal rain, is tanking up more of our resources than expected.
And he'll turn back to the box. He'll just pop open the lock of the one at the top box with his like talon. Then he'll just swing it open.
When you swing it open, the same thing with Domingo trusting that it's safe. You guys see that inside are hundreds, maybe even thousands, considering how thin paper is, of pages. This would take you hours to properly examine. Picking up a single page or 2 is just not enough information. And then not to mention there's 5 crates, and they're bigger than you guys. They're about twice the size of Domingo and Boris and quadruple the size of Al-Shahar. It would take you guys hours to find anything useful.
Gotcha. I thought I was gonna blow up.
No.
It appears to just be research or findings.
And Domingo, to help cement some of the stuff you found, they're not all exact and direct information. You review a page on how to prepare food for a cat.
Food for a cat?
Yeah.
She's a crazy cat lady, guys.
There's lots of stuff in here, though. I should remind people that sometimes it's better to keep your personal work at home. As you see the cat stuff, there's actually about 4 or 5 more pages going into cat meals and ingredients and stuff like that. And that's when you realize, with the thousands of pages here, some of this crap is very irrelevant. Some of it's very important. It's easy to see a page about cats, discard and move on to the next one, but there's so much stuff here, even unrelated to your findings.
Oh, this is just her.
Oh, sorry, go.
Yeah. No, I'm saying this is basically just her browser history then that we're looking at. Kind of.
That's actually a good example. This is everything, not just specifically what's going on down here, but literally just everything she's doing, cared about, kept, down to her cat recipes.
Is Elsbeth a wizard or a sorcerer or?
Based on the time you've had with her, she was a master of conjuration.
Got it. Oh, that's right. She's trying to become a lich.
Yeah, she's trying to become a lich, yeah. But as for the School of Magic, she was known for at the table was conjuration, but she's definitely moved on to a lot of really effed up stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna. Domingo is. He knows sometimes wizards hide different codes and different things, so he's gonna take the cat file, the cat food file, and maybe see if there's something later on.
How much of your time are you guys willing to dedicate to these boxes for no reason whatsoever? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 days.
5 minutes.
I guess we want to just skim it a little bit.
Oh, I'm just gonna take what I can from the cat food file and just put it in my stuff, and then that's it. I'll look at it later.
You guys spend about 5 minutes, which you find stuff like the cat's recipes. You find one more page on the Maltherborth, but unfortunately it's a different Malther. It's talking about a class 1 threat that appeared recently. You even remember that the Order had to find and dispatch Rune Warrior members to deal with it. This is just like you said, a history browser of everything she's done in the Order. Discarded to this place, or maybe reserved here. Could this be her pseudo office? Who knows? All I know is that you guys have a bad feeling about what happens if you stay here too long. How do you have that bad feeling? Because you've already done that. So while you guys are looking in the pages in what only assumed was 5 minutes or so, you can hear whistling from down here. Those of you keen to magic would know that they're not just making musical sounds. A spell is being spewed. Vocal component through the use of the whistle. It's not a cat call, I promise. Oh, with those papers, who knows? What do you guys immediately do before anything else progresses?
Should focus in.
Which opening is the hole? Is the whistling being made from?
I'm pinging. Oh, am I on Gym Layer? It might be.
That hole? Okay. Al-Sahar will take cover because he said these things are 4 times larger than him.
Yeah, they are there.
Or also just kneel down and put out his hand so Eugene crawls down his arm and behind one of the boxes and stands back up.
And Al-Sahar, if you want to cover, you will need to be prone. They are far larger than you, but they're also flat objects.
Okay. He will drop down prone, become one with the earth.
You kind of think like crocodile's bigger than us, but we're way taller than them.
Yeah, true.
So in any case, it doesn't seem to be doing anything offensive to you, but it is protecting itself with a magic barrier that faintly glows around its body. But you have an eerie feeling as it reveals itself into the light. You see bugs curling around it, mosquitoes and worms. The dirt is just rifling around and becoming moist soil beneath its feet as this creature looks to you. At first you think it's hair, but alas, it's worms pouring off of its face. And it just stands there and continues to whistle. You don't know how it's producing that sound. It's wearing a mask. This is how it truly looks.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Terrifying and gross.
And it just stares at you all before eventually speaking. When it speaks, you see it place a hand that has all kinds of creatures, particularly worms and fat roaches, falling to the ground. As it lifts its hands up to its face to remove its mask, many of the bugs that forms its body continues to fall. It lifts up its mask about halfway, and its face starts forming letters. It doesn't seem to be able to speak, but the worms are making shapes rapidly. THE. The end is near. That's what you'd imagine it sound like, but instead it just goes through the alphabetic requirements to form that sentence.
We're going to start walking forward.
And oh. And it goes no further. It quickly scatters through the words and letters. Eventually you could see a large beetle crawling out from over its shoulder, and the beetle just looks at you. You've seen these beetles before. In fact, Master Hart would tell you that it's a scarab, as opposed to what you'd expect from a normal beetle. The scarab is known to eat magic. It seems to be feeding on its host, but also likely able to provide it with some level of protection against their magic. What better guards than creatures that are resistant to spells to guard Elsbeth's treasures?
Very cunning indeed.
You will yield or perish. The choice is yours.
You see her face change. It just makes really nasty, unsettling sounds, from squishes to crawling. And the words form, I offer you the same.
Where is your master? Where is Elsbeth?
There no words are given. Even though she's silent at all times, you think that this is the silent treatment. Even if the creature thinks it could kill you or dissuade you from entering, it won't betray the fact of whether she's here or not, or where else she may be.
Very well.
And you see that it says, "Thank you for affording me the time I needed." And you see behind you, Boris, from the other hole, crawling out, are two massive roach-like creatures, hulking in their forms, umber in their color. Perhaps it's the darkness of the cave. In any case, the time is now. You know that because she puts NOW, and the creatures drop to the floor and we roll initiative.
You don't want to just talk star spawn larva mage?
Worm thing? Well, we don't know if Boris is acting. Maybe he's the one that decided words were no longer enough. Boris, what are you doing, big guy?
Boris will he'll quickly like unclip like his shield from like his back and slide his arm into it. Then he'll kind of like put his hand out. You'll see his arm kind of shake, and then you'll see his blade like apparate seemingly out of thin air. It's like a long like kind of curvature blade with like strange like runes on the inscribed on the side of the blade. You'll see like almost like dark energy like coursing through his arm around his shoulders, and it'll kind of like flex, and it'll turn towards the Umber Hulks here.
Like they're just flexing and making gross noises.
You'll see his head kind of like almost like move like to the side, almost like cracking. And you'll see like his whole like demeanor change. Instead of like stoic and like upright, it'll kind of like almost like lean forward and downward in like a wider stance. So you want to play, eh? Let's play.
And when you say let's play, before you do anything, when you start your turn within 30 feet of the Umber Hulk, you feel something suspend over your body. And I need a charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
You succeed with flying colors, and for good reason. Not failing, you manage to resist its powerful gaze. You look deep into its eyeless sockets until you see the tiny beads that flex and flash, sending an nerving feeling to your body. But Boris, you are quite the warrior and you resist. Continue. Nothing happens to you.
Oh, did you do something?
No.
I'll run around to this one here. And I'll start swinging with his blade. Let's see.
Let's go. Nice. You cut into its thick carapace. Natural armor not enough to protect against your strike. It takes 8 damage. Great damage. I gotta stop saying the meme word.
And I'll swing again.
Or 9 damage, sorry. That hits as well. Another 5 cutting into it. You see spilling from its body is some type of brown sugar. Perfect for baking.
Cry some more.
It vomits up some of the brown sugar, this one, and it begins eating it. But realizes it doesn't have time to eat its vomit. It looks around. Domingo, give me a nature check.
Nature. Oh.
You notice that it's acting strangely like cats. In any case, it moves straight towards our friend Al Shahar, discarding its throw up that it was enjoying, moving over to you for a proper pounding as it comes at you with double claws and a mandible bite. 11, 12, and 19.
19 is my armor class, but rather let us use the AC. Oh, that's not correct. I didn't fix it. That's AC 20, correct? Or 21?
21.
Okay. Let me change that to the correct wording. So it hammers all around Al Sahar. He dodges through the dirt, and as he stops momentarily, and the last man will come flying toward him, he holds up a hand, and the sand shield riposts the appendage coming flying at him.
Excellent. And as it smacks out at you, you see it hits the crate and immediately moves out of your range and tries to pick the crate up and put the pages back inside. Like it's afraid it might upset someone. Domingo, you're up.
It reminds me of cats. So,
You're well attuned to nature, seeing even subtle stuff like it eating its throw up. Not something you would prove for cats to do, probably, but something you think it could do.
So maybe there's a chance that he's just thinking like maybe there's a chance that she turned cats into these things or something. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. Who knows?
So 5 and 15. I'm gonna try to. This might be so stupid, but whatever. I'm gonna try to speak with plants and beasts, thinking that it might be a cat, and I'll just say, kittens, if you don't attack us, maybe we can turn you back into your proper form. Can't really understand them, but
Yeah. It doesn't respond. You think that if it's a beast, you're positive you can always convey your messages to them. But similar to tridents that can speak to sea creatures but can't understand them, unfortunately, you're just not sure. It's like in real life when you really can talk to your dog and it really understands you, but you still can't speak its language. It's kind of a situation like that.
But they don't give me any kind of acknowledgement, right? Like
No, they don't even look at you.
Got it. Okay. Well, that was my action. So.
I mean, you can do something with your action.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of beasts and plants, it's just something that's always on.
Got it. Okay. Then I will turn towards the star spawn larva mage there, and the tips of my fingers will start to glow. Oh, it runs up to me.
Yeah, when you turn, it's already right over your shoulder. Once you look at it again, and you think that it's a very formidable creature. You didn't even notice when it made its legendary movement.
Okay. I look. I'm like, this might be a little tricky. That changed a little bit. Sorry.
I thought as much. I was like, I probably should make his positioning known.
That's okay. It's okay. I'll still do the same thing then, because Domingo wants to see how this thing works. So he'll just kind of put his hands out, and the little balls of energy will like light up on his fingertips, and then the fingertips will kind of separate themselves, form into little wooden balls, and he's going to cast a bullet, but it's wooden bullets. It's a disadvantage, I believe, right? So close to me.
Yeah. Your attack still riddles the creature.
And I make a strength saving throw.
Right. Where are you? Here we go. Oh, it gets a nat 20.
Ooh. Okay. That is my action.
All right, but you hit it for 20 damage. And it doesn't like that, not at all. But before the Umberhawk goes, you see the spawn lift up its arm. Worms and creatures friendly to Domingo's lands he came from, but certainly twisted and foul here. And it tries to slam you. Let's see here. A 20.
I will shield.
You shield. The creature's hand clatters against your shield, splattering all kinds of flies on it that literally get squished like it's a windshield. And go ahead.
As I shield in my arcane ward, which has been down, but because it's an abjuration spell, it comes back up, and I have a little eggshell around me.
Nice. Speaking of eggshells, the Umberhawk here is going to break an egg. So the Umberhawk looks down to Boris, impressed by his assault. But as it looks at its wounds, you could see that its wounds look like they're slowly regenerating. And it does a claw, and a mandible. They don't seem to fully heal, by the way, but it does look like that over time they will regenerate. A 14, a 14, and a 27.
The 27 will do it, oddly enough.
Oddly enough, that is surprising. The 27 hits you for 14 slashing damage. Its mandibles are used like blades. As it scrapes you across your chest, you get a flash. Whoosh, like you're not even here anymore. You're in a room with a bunch of cats and a lady sitting down. Now. You be good. Mother's got a treat for you. And then you return here. You don't even know if they're actually talking or if they're just purring or making noises. In any case, the star spawn larva is up, and she looks deeply into Domingo's eyes. Yeah. Oh. There's one downside to shielding. You are unable to counterspell, as it unleashes a powerful spell, but perhaps one of your allies could take note. Or perhaps not, as it will attempt to move out of their normal counterspell ranges. But Boris, I think you're still in range. Oof, no, not even Boris is.
Oof.
And it drops a massive spell right onto you, Domingo. It's Circles of Death. 6th level spell. I need from you a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
It is magic, though. You got that going for you.
I don't have it against Constitution saving.
Oh, lol. Oh, yeah, I forgot yours is like the gnome feature.
17?
17 makes it, and despite it looking extremely scary, oh, holy crap, this is way bigger than I thought it would be. I need to say from Boris, and from Al-Shahar, and from the Umber Hawks, and the crab is certainly dead. This is a 60-foot radius spell, lol. That's 3 times the size of a fireball.
And what kind of save you said, Dex?
It's a Constitution for Circle of Death.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. What is this?
Is it good to roll a 1 on
Yeah, it's always good.
a circle called something called Circle of Death?
Oh. That's the questions I like to hear. The Northern Umberhawk makes a save, the other one doesn't. Not a dramatic amount of damage. What it makes up for, in its size, fails its damage department. You take 24 necrotic if you failed the DC 16, or 12 necrotic if you succeeded. DC 16 again. There are no other effects.
You see a lot of the sand upon Al-Sahar begin to scour as his temporary hit points are brought down.
Rory goes away too.
Noise. This spawn moves towards the cave and finally makes a sound for the first time since it was only writing to you before. Doomph. Dumph. Dimph. Bump. Give me an Arcana. If you're proficient in Arcana, you can give me an Arcana check. All right, Domingo, you understand the symbols it's saying, the curses it's spewing. It's attempting to drop another circle of death at the end of Boris's turn. You think it's disruptible if someone can do damage to it, as though it's concentrating. So Al-Shahar and Boris could potentially drop it before that occurs, but only you know this.
Can I yell anything out? If I already use my reaction?
No, yeah, you can still speak the moment you pick it up, like, holy shit.
Oh, I'll say, he's gonna do it again! Attack him now, please!
Alright, Al-Sahar will look up, and I think he needs to make some sort of save as disco lights begin to flash.
Absolutely. The Umberhawk's confusing gaze spills upon you. I need from you a charisma saving throw. You can, however, now that you're not surprised or unsuspected of their feature, avert your gaze, but you effectively are blinded until the start of your next turn.
I should be good at charisma in theory. Let's risk it.
Never say that before you save. The DC is 15. On a failed saving throw, the creature can't take reactions until the start of its next turn and rolls a d8 to determine what it does during that turn. I need a d8 from you, sir.
Okay.
On a 1 through 4, the creature does nothing. On a 5 or 6, the creature takes no action but can use all of its movement to move in a random direction. On a 7 or 8, the creature makes 1 melee attack against a random creature or does nothing if no creature is within reach. You are able to do something, but you are limited to a melee attack against a random creature within reach.
Okay. And the Umberhawk is 10 feet away from me.
Absolutely.
Check something here. Okay, so I can't make a ranged weapon attack. Okay, Al-Sahar looks at the light and he takes a swing in the air, but unfortunately doesn't find purchase. Blasted thing. Boris, stop it.
Which all you know, Al-Shahar, is as the confusion is slowly wearing off at the start of your next turn. These are the perfect things to stop casters. As even when you get the best roll, 7 to 8, you're still limited to a melee attack. Boris, do you want to avert your gaze and be blinded for the rest of the round, or do you want to attempt to make the saving throw?
What kind of save was it?
It's a DC 15 charisma saving throw.
DZ 15 charisma. I'll do the roll.
Excellent. Nice. Your turn is normal.
Nice.
Alrighty.
At the end of your turn, Circle of Death will be dropping in the room if it's not disrupted. So you got a lot of things going on, boys. And a lot of people hoping that you can figure it all out.
Yeah, he'll turn around towards it as it's casting, and he'll go, yeah, and he'll try and blast it. Well, don't think a 14 does it.
How about if you're blasting in melee range? It's disadvantage.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, all range attacks are disadvantage in melee. It's not against the target. It's if someone's within 5 feet of you.
Well, actually, and the one in front of me is the one that's casting it, correct?
Oh no, it's
it's
the
not.
mage, lava mage, the star spawn.
Okay, so yeah, let me reach to the mage then, because I'm trying to stop them from casting it.
Sure. Before you do your next one, do you want to? Yeah, that misses. Do you want to take an opportunity or something, or you want to just keep shooting at the lava at disadvantage?
I'll go ahead and I don't know. These things might. I'll take the opportunity.
And 11, I miss you.
Awesome. Great. So yeah, I'll just keep blasting as I'm moving closer towards it.
Nice. As you come running in, see that hits.
Alrighty.
You see bunks fall flying off of her body as you scorch her. By the way, do you have any added effects to your Eldritch Blast or no?
I believe it's I just got agonizing, yeah.
Because it's not applying agonizing, that's what I noticed.
Oh, it's not. Ooh.
Yeah, it's just a raw D10. So I wasn't sure if you picked up something else instead of agonizing.
That I did.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
it looks like you have
plus-
agonizing, yeah.
So that's +3 then.
Let's see, okay, so you do 8 damage to it. Big different, big different. Okay.
Wow.
And at level 11, I'm pretty sure you get 3 blasts.
I do, yeah.
Oof. I'll make a concentration check for the one that hit her. Constitution saving throw. A 14, she maintains.
Fuck. Oh no.
Had 3 chances.
I'm in range though. Hopefully.
Yeah. Domingo, you've got your reaction back. Did you go already? Oh, you haven't gone. Oh God. The circle of death forms. Squeeze onto the ground. Do you have a counter spell, Boris, or no?
I do.
Do you do it here? Or do I complete my spell? It's a 6th level spell. DC would be 16 check unless you can upcast it. Oh, you're a fucking warlock. You always upcast.
Yeah.
What level are you upcasting currently?
2/6.
Is it 6? Oh, wow, nice. Yeah, you don't need to make a check.
I had the Mystic Arcanum. I don't know if that counts as taking you up to 6th level. Oh, that was my understanding, yeah.
I mean, if so, basically, if you use the Arcana, then yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So,
if you use Arcana, yeah.
Yeah, if you
So
use
yeah, it'll be the 6.
so then you don't need to make a skill check, because if you meet the level of the spell of counterspell, you deplete it. So she drops a circle of death. So kind of Harry Potter dueling's how I picture like counterspell. Instead of it's just like a snap your fingers and you say nope. Maybe for some of you it is that. But as the black flames spew onto the battlefield, how does your counterspell manifest as a counter to it?
oh no, you don't. And he'll just he'll like flick his wrist slowly pick up the pace as his sword will just go round and around and around, almost like a windmill, and it'll just start to the blade will start to turn bright red and make it almost like a red tornado, and the full area of darkness will just dissipate over time.
Your blade slices, literally cutting down the circle of death. You see explosions about to take you, Domingo, but sling, slice. Same thing for you, Al-Sahar. And oddly enough, even the Emberhawks appreciate you slightly. But not enough to not kill your friend, as this one jumps on top of the box. Boom! Making strange noises too, almost like a bell is being rung and some guttural sounds. 2 claws and a mandibles your way. On 11, 26, and 12.
The 26 will hit.
For 9 slashing as he rips into your chest. Domingo.
Right. Starspawn starts to run up to Boris, and as it does, my hand glows again, forming man. That's you know what? Sure. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna the hand starts to glow, and then I pull, then like another like piece of paper forms in my hand and dissolves into this black ichor, and then shoots out towards the Starspawn lava as I cast Ray of Enfeeblement. I have that. Make a ranged spell attack.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have it on my thing, so I'll just roll a d20 plus.
Spell attack modifier.
17.
17 hits. Luckily, this creature does not seem to have shield in its arsenal.
Okay. The black beam shoots onto the dark the Starspawn lava and starts to like cover it in this this black inky ichor.
You see that when you cast your spell, and I suppose it's good we haven't been rolling them, but you don't trigger the wild magic. Doesn't seem to be in this place. Even though you're still in the ocean, you don't think you run the risk of randomly nuking yourself or your allies. But I owe you a con save?
It says at the end of a turn, you can make a Constitution saving throw against this spell.
Okay, at the end of its turn, got you.
Yeah, because it did come up and hit me with a melee, right?
Yeah, it tried to slam its arm into you, which will fulfill the weapon portion or whatever.
Got it.
All right, this one runs over here, leaps. Boom! Go, go! 2 claws. Natural 1, a 16, and a 25. 16 question mark? You hear Domingo?
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were talking to Boris. A 16, 16 hits.
Shielding or no?
Ugh,
Game of reactions, huh?
I know.
You do know the claws hit you. They seem to do between 7 to 14 damage.
Yeah.
If that helps dictates it.
Yeah, I'll not shield because I want to be available for the Starspawn.
Don't forget the mandibles are also, well, I guess you can't shield the mandibles anyway, so it's really just if you want to spend it on the claws. It's a 25. The claws hit you for 10 slashing.
Okay.
And the mandibles hit you for 12 slashing. Which the mandibles was a 25 on the die.
Okay. And then
Good.
I have to do a Constitution saving throw twice for the Ray of Enfeeblement. And it's gone.
The enfeeblement drops on the creature, and you see that the cat, which you're assuming is the cat now, just purrs as it goes. Goom! Lifting up its arm, Eldritch Chains wrap around it, but they shatter as the Umberhawk assaults Domingo, and it slams onto you, Boris. 2 times, hitting you really hard. 11 bludgeoning on the first one,
All right.
and 6 on the second one. Oh, not bad on the second one. But for both of those, I need a con saving throw, starting with the first one. If you fail the first one, you don't need to make a second one. DC is 19.
Ooh. Constitution, you say?
Yes. You fail the first one, you're poisoned until the end of your next turn. So you feel the disgusting insects crawl onto your skin and all through your body, seeping into your armor and into places that I shall not describe, but it makes you sick to your stomach. As he slams you twice, you do get an opportunity attack. Oh wait, no, you already used a counterspell.
Sure, yeah.
As it moves yet again. It moves back into that corner.
Get back here.
Boom. Gosh. Move. Gosh. Circle of death yet again forming at the end of Boris's turn. Al Shahar. Do you avert your
Al-Shahar.
gaze?
Yellow, no. Let's see. I will inspiration that.
Okay.
Okay, good. Al-Sahar looks at this thing once more. The light's almost overpowering, but he shakes his head. No, none of that. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for any of this. Away from me, cat. And he begins speaking, but his lips begin to accelerate. What sounds like words at first become almost hissing of sand as he will quicken spell. To use a regular action cast spell. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, to use a regular action cast spell as a bonus. And he will telekinesis on the Umber Hulk and try to toss it into the water as his bonus
Bonus
action.
action.
What do I have to do?
It's a strength, I believe.
Strength, okay. A 21.
Let me
You
just-
do think that strength is their best stat, unfortunately.
It's not a strength save, it's a strength check.
Oh, checked. Well, it's not proficient. I made a check.
Okay.
It doesn't actually have strength saving throw proficiency.
Okay. Well, that was my bonus action. So it says subsequently I can use my when I cast using spell and as an action for each round of the duration, I may make the check. So because I quickened that spell, I'll use the action to try to do that again.
Oh, nice. Make you another one. Oh my god, a nat 20 did. If I had disadvantage, it would still be a nat 20. I did double nat 20.
Well, that's out of the way at the very least. Al-Sahar will move to the opposite side of it, not taking an attack of opportunity, and trying to keep the Star Spawn mage in his sight as well. That will be it.
Excellent. Al-Shahar, get the OT.
Right, and you press the button. Sorry, the spell description is so large it pushes
Yeah,
it.
it's so large. That's what she said. All right. So, anyways, Boris, at the start of your turn, the water starts to spin. Something's coming this way. Take your turn. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, what now? Doesn't matter. It'll turn back to the larva. What do I do though?
Hit it hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna just try those 3 blasts again. Here we go. Wait along.
Oh, you're poisoned. You have disadvantage in all your attacks.
I'm going all in. Here we go. Let's see. Eldritch Blast 1. Okay.
That connects. It's
16.
armor class of 16.
Alrighty. 16 again.
They're still not adding the mod, so just remind me in the future, just in case I forget. That hits though. That's 13 on the first one, correct?
Right.
And 7. Okay.
Then one more.
Wow. Poison be damned. Nice. 10, 11, 12. Okay. So you do 32 damage in total, but it says proc 3 Constitution saving throws, concentration checks. I mean, let's see. It maintains concentration even with 3 checks. Its lowest being a 10, but unfortunately that's all it needs. We do 32 damage to it.
Silver lining.
Yeah, 7.
Alrighty. So then I will also advance as well. Well, actually, no, actually, I'm gonna get here. Because if I go too far, you might just get past me. Then
Don't forget, you guys.
The spell tool.
No, not just the spell tool. You guys each have one of these, and it's only a bonus action. You maybe not be a bad idea to drink one.
Oh gosh, I did forget. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you're so red. I'm like, dude, is he hoarding the item?
I am a dragon. No, but yeah, I'll drink that in my turn.
Excellent. Never a bad idea. Before the Umberhawk goes, I told you there was something in the water, remember? And you just see the tentacles from earlier rise up.
Wow.
At least it looks like that. But a very appreciative creature comes to aid you. And as it crawls onto land, it assaults the Umberhawk. And riding on its shoulders is a creature. So you freed my little friend. Excellent. Thank you. I suppose it's time we pay you back. He sounds really aggressive, but he seems to be a friend. But this is how he looks. You guys can give me a history check. You might be familiar with Manokai.
Shark man.
You're proficient in history. Go ahead and make me a check. Actually, 15 will do it. 15 or higher is what I needed. Manokai, which famously is called Sharkman, a shark fauna of great size, is a master rune warrior. And he patrols these waters. Looks like the Kraken may have ran away, but it ran away to get you guys some help. And as Manokai shows up, it and the Kraken take battle against this Umberhawk. And he jumps off. Come on, buddy, let's get them. And who would have thought that saving a creature would make an encounter far easier? Let's take this bad boy off Whisper since he's an ally. And the mastered rune warrior starts punching his fist into himself. Oh yeah, baby. He looks like a heavy boy, but that's neither here nor there. As he begins collecting his power, he punches the creature with several strikes, landing onto the creature twice. Lightning striking him once and biting him another time. I would have never found you if not for my friend here. You've done right by him. I'll do right by you. And the juvenile Kraken is not attacking this turn because he dashed to get Manokai here, but I'm sure you appreciate the support in any case. The Hawk, however, retaliates against Manokai, turning his attention away from Al-Shahar. Begins to attack him. Two claws on the mandible. One of the attacks hit the claw, but you see it's the Manokai's thick scales protecting him from majority of the damage. You have to do better than that. Domingo.
I love Sharkman.
All right.
Oh, shit. Sharkman has its own theme music too. I forgot about that. Put that on. All right, go ahead, Domingo.
I don't know. Maybe I should have done this earlier. Maybe I shouldn't have at least tried it. But everything here is just feeling a little out of hand. So I I'm going to look over to the star spawn larva mage and put my hands flat together, like kind of like I'm like you're praying, but horizontally. And I'll pull my hands apart, and there's gonna be a little piece of paper that's like floating in the air, and it's going to like shatter like very brittly. And as I do, I'm gonna cast Banishment.
You're shooting it at the lava?
Yes.
Oh, let's say charisma. Okay.
Yeah, critical.
Oh, it makes the save. You don't think it has legendary resistance, but it just made the save on some merit.
Got it. But that's okay, because it's an abjuration spell. So as I did that, my arcane ward returns, and it heals for 8 points. Okay.
Jumping over your shoulders if you want to take an opportunity attack for that precious reaction of yours.
No.
Okay. And it attacks the Kraken spawn. Notice you think that they realize that this creature used to be under their control, so they understand the threat. But it jumps over, runs, and just pound, claw. And let's see here, 18, 18, and 15. I think 15 even connects, no, it doesn't. For a total of 27 damage to the Kraken. Oh, actually, earlier he took something from the seal being broken. He's pretty injured, actually. Okay. And now we do 27. Oof. Okay, he fully healed when I put him on this map, but he's not fully healed. The lava mage, you didn't even notice. Some of its movements are almost so chaotic, but he's right next to you, or it's right next to you, and he goes to slam you twice. Of 13 and then loading, and 18. Do you take the 18, sir? This is on you, Domingo.
Oh, sorry. Do I take the 18?
A 13 misses you, and then an 18 would connect with our shit. Choices.
You said it hit me twice?
Well, it's a 13, so I missed the first one. It attacked you twice.
No, my AC is 13.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you may want to shield then.
Yeah, I don't have that many hit points. Okay, so I will shield.
You shield, both attacks miss you. Flies and bugs splattering onto whatever force field you summon.
My arcane ward gains 2 more hit points.
So, jeez, it goes through the motions again. You know what's happening at the end of Boyce's turn. Al-Shar.
Al-Sahar looks over to Mano. A friend in need is a friend indeed. My name is Al-Sahar. We fight together.
I'm a new guy, but all people call me Shark Man.
Well spoken, Sharkman. And then, excuse me while I deal with that thing over there. He looks over his shoulder and looks at this star spawn. And says, I've had quite enough of you. I'm not sure what this water does, but it's time to find out. And he's going to try, he reaches forward with his gloved hand and makes a crushing motion with it. He's going to try to grapple the star spawn with his telekinesis.
Star spawn, I need to give you a strength check.
Yep.
Oof, a 20.
20, okay.
It gets a 17. It gets a 17 on the roll, but surprisingly, the Star Spawn does have a +3 strength, so it has a total of 20.
Right, then with his bonus action, I don't know why my sheet decided to reload, he will quicken a spell, because that was the activation of a spell, not an actual spell itself. So I just need to reload roll 20 real quick. I'm not sure, it was just loading my sheet endlessly. Al-Sahar will quicken a You see him with the other hand that wasn't making the grasping motion. A jet black shard of obsidian forms as he flings it. He flings it forward, and we'll use Damon's glass blast.
Oh, nice.
It. So I believe that requires a roll, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
range spell attack. I don't know if you want to take an opportunity or you'd have disadvantage with an enemy within 5 feet.
Yeah, I think he will risk the opportunity. He tries to duck under the backhand as Ember Hulk is fighting with Sharkman, but still is aware of his presence.
Oh, a 26
Okay, that hits.
for 20 slashing. Oof.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, let me see. Is that a max roll? Oh, one off a max roll. It seems like 21's a max.
Okay, let's see here. He still has telekinesis. That's all fine and good. And let's see, Damon's glass blast.
Nice. And you're hitting the spawn, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that connects. That's what I'm thinking. We just double check what these guys are. Another aberrations. So you slam into it for 25 damage, riddling its body. And now I need you a con save. You see it holds on to its spell.
Nope, I tried. He will then continue his movement in this direction. So that was, yeah, so he has 20 feet left.
Oh, you do know that it's chopping the center of the room? That even with the 60-foot radius, you could avoid it if you go here. Can you get there though? What's your movement?
If I move in, unfortunately, as a gnome, not quite. I could move back here. You said 60 foot, right?
Yeah, because of how radiuses work, the edges are slightly shorter.
Okay, he'll just move closer to Boris, Boris, just in case. But yeah,
Okay.
that's all I can do.
Boris? Everyone's looking at you, my man.
Alrighty. Boris is gonna move 25 feet. He's gonna run straight towards the star spawn. All the way up to it. He's gonna run in with his blade. Right behind you, mate.
Hits. You're not poisoned anymore, but 25 hits.
Ooh, already. And then I want to use a banishing smite.
Nice. The next time you hit a creature with weapon attack before this spell ends, your weapon crackles with force. There's an extra 5d10. Jesus, force damage to the target. And if there's 50 hit points or fewer after the attack, you can potentially banish it. Oh, neato. Okay. So roll me the additional damage so we see if it's below the threshold. Right now it's not, but the damage might put it below.
Alrighty, then 5d10. I've actually got it here.
Nice. Okay. And it has to be below 50 hit points or fewer. Okay. Oh no. It's 29 damage. Oh, so close. It's in the 50s, but not below 50. Not 50 itself or below. But I do owe you a DC 14, I think, con save. Yeah.
15, I think.
15, okay. Oop, it holds on. It's rolling pretty hot. It is not proficient in Constitution saving throws.
Gotcha, no problem. Then I'll do my last swing with the sword.
It hits as well.
4 damage.
Holy shit, that's the one that makes you drop my... Of course, that's the one that makes you drop my concentration.
Nice.
I get a 7 on my my con check at the hit of 4. We'll say that, the combined force throws him off.
Yeah, he'll swing with the blade, and then as it cuts into the spawn, Domingo, you'll see like Boris like grip, like it'll kind of like push in the blade, then it'll just ignite with like that same like fiery like red energy, almost like it explodes like in front of you. You see like the star spawn kind of like spiral out, kind of like stagger.
Yeah, it's impressed. Monokai just beats his hands together. Ha! 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 Oh, you thought you could just take us down, did you? I'm a rune master. I'm trying to teach you boys a lesson. And he kicks up a rock and then he punches the rock as hard as he can, and lightning just envelops it. And he just strikes the creature again. Then bites onto the creature. I think the 17 actually misses the creature. The armor class is 18. The lightning strike and one of the bites connect. Dealing a tremendous amount of damage to this thing, just overkilling it as it continues to beat on it. Bow, 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 bow. Tossing it into the wall, running over there and we're like, oh, you have still left in you, huh? It's, you guys know it's dead, but he just keeps punching it. Yeah, 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 you like that, huh? And the juvenile kraken attacks the other one. You get the feeling it's wondering why you're not talking to it. Al-Shahar, but it doesn't realize that earlier it took a spell to do it. Tentacle whips the hawk twice. The first one being a critical hit. Oh my god, a critical hit's gonna hurt. Second one a regular. Is there a size restriction on this? Any size creature, okay. So this one, this Umber Hawk is grappled, but also just took 43 damage between the crit and the regular strike. That Umber Hawk is dead. Domingo.
Right. Domingo is going to, kind of looking around and seeing the battlefield here. It's going to come over here, just in case the spawn lava wants to do something crazy. And going to gonna hold my hand out and shoot wooden bullets at this spawn larva. Oh fuck. Could I have moved one spot over? I forgot about the whole.
Yeah, if you're willing to take opportunity, you can.
No, like just to right here.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I forgot about the potential pushing thing.
Well, all right. So let's see here. How you do? 12 to Maji? Okay. It just turns and looks at you.
It made the strength save.
Well, it only makes a strength save if you critically hit the creature.
Oh, got it. There you go.
Other than that, it's on par with Fireball, but it's less likely to ever be resisted.
Got it. You're right.
Let's see here. The Umber Hawk. What?
Sorry. Bonus action. I'm gonna drink that potion.
Not a bad idea.
What was it? It's 66.
Let's see here.
84 or +8, I believe.
It is where your character sheets are. Let me just go over there real quick. Where's you guys' character sheet?
84 +8.
Here we go. Sweet. Let's see, sure. The Umber Hawk attacks the Kraken. Claw, and a mandible. Claw connecting and a mandible connecting. One claw missing. For a total of 21 damage. Well, 22 actually. So. The juvenile Kraken is on its way out. It's extremely injured, but the Umber Hawk will probably perish first. The lava looks into the room. It's outnumbered. You see it turn its head towards the hole. It's debating on a retreat. Maybe it's tricking you to get your reactions out of you. What do you do as it breaks your range? Seems to be retreating into the hole.
I kind of give Boris a look, as in like I'm gonna hold my reaction, but because I wish I had taken Warcaster, but
Well,
So you're holding on to your reaction?
yeah.
Boros will give you like a toothy grin. Yeah. Then he'll swing his sword.
It connects. Nice. Slice the creature. You can see it's about to die, and it was tricking you. It's no retreat, no surrender. It turns around and begins to cast a spell, unless you have something to say about that, Domingo.
It's casting a spell right now, and it looks like probably the same stuff it has been casting.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Certainly above third level.
Yes, I will. I see what he's doing, and I pull the hand up, and it starts, and the little piece of paper again breaks apart, and I try to absorb the spell. Come here. Yes, over here. Counter spell. Oh no.
It's not enough. Black fires descend upon the room, washing over all of you, including the Kraken, including Monokai, everyone.
I'd be able to try to spell duel this.
Yes, you can.
Flames ascend down. You see different types of flames start to emerge up and try to push it back. Let's see here. And he raises up his gauntleted finger, and as if from the earth itself, 5 pillars of flame try to push back the black flame descending upon him.
Alright, need to roll me out your damage.
Only 29.
Well, that beats my 25.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nope, I won't be able to push back the spell entirely onto it, but you see the 5 pillars, each a different color of light. One is, let's see, what are the damage types I get to choose? One's green, one is blue, one is made of lightning, one is made of thunder, and one's obviously made of fire. As they push back and slam the spell against the ceiling, it shatters, raining down arcane fragments upon the party.
The rain falls down onto the battlefield, sparkling harmlessly onto your shoulders for a little bit of warmth to it. The Spawn is impressed that you can spell duel, which is the act for viewers of using other spells to combat magic that has physical forms, such as explosive black flames. Dawn of Strength rippled right through it as was described, and the Lava Mage looks disappointed in itself. But alas, Al-Sahar, you're up.
Al-Sahar runs forward, and with the last 25, he will quicken another black obsidian dagger, trying to crack and pierce that foul black mask. I've had enough of you, and I think it's high time you be a bit more silent. Nice whistling, though.
Alright, that connects.
Alright. And then, how does it look?
Oh, I'm really right if you look at that ore.
Okay. Well, as that was my bonus action with the quicken spell, with his action, the one that didn't throw for the black obsidian, he will reach for the other hand and attempt to chill touch. Oof.
You see it toss. It cuts off its own arm, which isn't as gross or impressive because it's made up entirely of bugs. Throwing its arm at the chill touch, you just see your spell collide with it, destroying the arm.
He cries out as he, at the end of his sprint, Boros, finish him.
Boom, boom, ding, da. Boris, at the end of your turn, it will drop the circle of death unless you can finish it.
With pleasure.
Oh. Roll the damage. Describe the kill.
He'll just, as he sees it casted again, he'll just go, "Oh no, none of that." And the same energy will like form like almost like a ball in front of his hand, and he'll just jut it out, and it'll just put a hole straight through the larva mage's chest.
Looks down. You've got its core. All the bugs instantly drop and disperse to the ground. and riddle into the earth. The lava mage is no more.
Then it'll turn back to the Umber hole. Is it still like moving around? Does it seem like, was it under control before? Or is it still like aggro?
It's still aggro on the javelin level, the juvenile. Right?
The javelin cracking.
The javelin cracking.
So yeah, he'll turn back. That goes for you too.
Oh, sweet.
Then
More.
to 16 hit.
No, they have 18 armor.
18, gotcha.
You blast him, and he sees you come up with the next one. He lifts his hands up and kind of deflects it. It hurts him thematically, but he manages to hold. But as you distract him, and his whole head is turned towards you, pay the fuck attention. Ah! And then the lightning strike. Oh, jeez. And so he turns back from being crit once just to have his head knocked off his shoulders as he's got 16 health. He's not surviving this. And Madokai lands right in front of you boys. Stands up tall. Mofo's about 12 feet tall. Looks down onto you. Dragonborn. Well fought. And you guys are out of initiative.
Al-Sahar will take this opportunity to cast Tongues again today. And we'll speak to our Kraken friend. Thanks for coming back. But all you hear is, "Aroo."
Friend, help. Bring someone strong.
Thank you very much, friend. And you're very strong too. We couldn't have done it without you.
Oh yeah, help me help you. Madokai looks and he's beating his arms together. It's nice to see some warriors of the light here. This place is infested with darkness. Mountains are spawning all over the place. It's almost like they are breaching in our world, preparing for something. My entire team has been killed over the last week. We've asked other settlements for help, but since we're not formally a part of the Joint Alliance, due to the aggressive nature of the King of Atlantis, it's just us out here in these rough waters. Where do you guys hail from? Who do you represent? And unfortunately, even though this is your ally, this is the part where you must lie. You cannot just merely tell people you're a part of a secret order, after all.
What is the joint alliance?
So in Elder Earth, all of the major kingdoms are aligned. If one kingdom's in trouble, the others will fight for them, such as the Fairlands will be helped by Icarus, so on and so forth. But the King of Atlantis is not engaged in the Joint Alliance. They have denied every single attempt at parlaying. So they stand alone. They're not the enemies of the world, but they just merely say they will not come to our aid, and fortunately, we won't come to theirs.
And is Sourgen the king of Atlantis right now, or is it someone else?
It's somebody else.
Gotcha.
But Sourgen, which is great, the Order would know that Sourgen is. Man, I guess that's a really particular question, but the Order doesn't know. Sourgen is secretly the ruler of the city, yes. So, the world believes it is somebody else running the city.
Gotcha.
Spoiled her.
Whoa, lore.
Sourgen runs the city.
Average.
So yeah, you know, from what the Order knows of Sourgen, he's a very prideful creature, very powerful, raising superb rune warriors like Madokai here, the Shark Man.
Well, as you can see, we're brave adventurers.
I love some adventurers. You're not rune warriors, are you?
Hell no, that'd be too easy.
Look at me. It's like a dozen punches.
Child's play.
He just smiles at you. I could appreciate strong magic.
You're the great warrior Madokai, correct?
Yeah, hail from the seas of the misty waves, conqueror of the great Hydra Mouther, Madokai in the scales.
I've heard such amazing tales of your exploits. It's an honor to meet you.
He takes a bow. And to meet worthy admirers and fellow practitioners of safety, it is my honor as well. The Kraken told me you saved its life from a cruel curse. These Krakens are young, employed by the king of Atlantis. Powerful creatures that when they reach adulthood would be unmatched in strength. But unfortunately, recently, 6 of them went missing, out of the 12 we once possessed.
You see Boris like counting on his fingers when he says 12 left or 12 possessed.
Do you see what happened? Do you know what happened to them?
Disappeared, but based on our conversation with the Kraken here, they were stolen by some powerful lich, or at least that's what the Kraken believes it to be, an arcane mage.
Yes, there was a dark curse upon your friend there. Luckily, we were able to get it off in time.
For that, I owe you everything. Hopefully, my battle skills will be enough. I'm willing to help you in this place if you'll have me. But I refuse to further endanger this child. As strong as it is, it's only a few years old. 3 if we're using human years. It doesn't deserve to see the front, even if it can fight.
Absolutely. I think he's earned more than enough of a rest.
I want to help more.
You can help by sleeping. You need to gather your strength. Grow big, strong, and one day strong as either Manokai or me.
Yeah, maybe even stronger than us. The Krakens are an ancient species. When we acquired the 15 eggs, 3 of which were destroyed, it changed the colors for Atlantis. 100 years from now, they'll be the strongest city in the world, having possession of so many Krakens fully grown. For now, buddy, see yourself back to the kingdom. And do so swiftly, no detours. He protests a little more, but between Al-Sahar and the Sharkman's guidance, the Kraken retreats into the water, a seemingly harmless, harmful creature, as the child disappears. Now, where were we?
Tracking down our bounty.
Excellent. You see the water in the room begins to swirl and spin, and a skull face appears on it. Are you here to meet with the master? It's not Elsbeth, it's something else entirely. Some type of undead creature.
We all... Well, Al-Sahar will make eye contact with Boros and Domingo.
Oh, I'm here to beat anyone's ass, that's why I'm here. But I can't speak for these adventurers, they might have their own aim.
We're here for a head, actually.
The head of the master of this facility. Very interesting. Another has came here recently, wishing audience with the master. A mage that goes by the name of Elsbeth. Perhaps she also wants the master's head.
Oh wait, your master's not Elsbeth.
No, I don't see why you would believe such a thing.
What is
the
this
hell?
place exactly?
Those answers lie further down within the well of truth. Very puddle that reigns in the ocean. A drop on the sea of infinite dreams. Step into the waters and the truth may yet find you. But I am not allowed to speak of the master's name or identity. I am a servant, and information, especially for us mages, is everything.
Domingo will look to the others and say,
Guess we're going down for tea.
yes.
Who's Elsbeth? And I'll clobber her if you want. I heard you were here for her head.
She's our quarry. We think she's the one that put that spell on the young Kraken.
Oh, when I see her. Oh, when I see her. You see him, he kicks up a rock, And he charges his hands. Those mages like to fly, don't they? Well, I've got something for that. Ah! Exploding a piece on the wall.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Very impressive. I'm assuming you are a wielder of a light rune then.
That's right. I'm a wielder of a rune. It ain't light, baby, it's air.
Ah.
In any case, if you want, I could guard the entrance. Or if this is personal business, it's Elsbeth. Or I can come down and beat some ass.
This facility is big. Perhaps if she tries to escape. She left all her documents here at the very least. I don't think she'll just leave them at the house of this master person. What do you guys think?
We don't know for sure if these are her documents. It sounds like this is someone else's home.
You guys gotta make your mind.
We're taking him with us.
All right.
He'll make me look smarter.
In for a pound.
There's more of these Umber Hulks are coming out?
Shit. Swarm of them. There's 2 initially, but you see 4 running down the tunnel. Make your mind. Are we all jumping into that water? Or you want me to hold them off? Can they just follow us?
Let's go.
Jump in.
All right. It's swimming time. Jumping into the well, you see the Umber Hawk leap down too. But as it leaps, you can see a glass frame stop it. And the lady's face appears in your minds again. They are not welcome here. They are manifestations, transmutations of creatures that have no place existing. Which may sound like quite alluring coming from me, an undead. And you guys land in a room where wind carries glass, and the glass carries ghost. As you appear before this lamp holding undead in a room riddled with more undead. She tells you, to go further, you will have to contend with these spirits. Should they break your spirits, then you will be added to my spirit lamp. And this is what you see. And each of you can tell me one thing you say to end the session.
Our spirits will never wait for. Our mission is clear. We'll make a way through. For all those we hold dear.
Manokar just goes, a bunch of ghosts. But when we're through, they'll look like these people on the floor. Holy shit, there's people on the floor.
Boris will sheath his blade. Just like shh. You see kind of like he'll like crack his neck and he'll like stand back in his like former like upright posture. We seek counsel.
Domingo, close us out with your statement.
Domingo will reach into his chest as he moves his hand. That all kind of the bark and twigs kind of open up, and he pulls out this like a beautiful crystal bead that he holds in his hands, and he just says, "I think it's time to bring out the bigger stick."
And with that, the session comes to a close. Our heroes beneath a magic well, surrounded by a ghost, in front of a lady holding a spiritual lamp and a task placed before them. A master that's not Elsbeth, and Elsbeth as well. But we'll discover more about these crimes against magic next week. Thank you all for your.
Thank you for tuning in.
Woo!
Have a nice night, guys.
Always.
Each one is a swarm of ghosts.
Indeed. As always, friends, it's your boy Falcon. And I'm flying out.
Oh.